Alright,
let's think about this problem, okay? So, every problem is a good opportunity to learn Bash or continue thinking synth. It's all there. So it's a circle, right?
Chord Bash.
And the condition is that there's a diameter of length 1, yeah? There's some point on the circle. And this point varies. Okay. And the in-circle to this triangle makes a length.
What?
Makes a chord on the circle like that. If you join the points that touch the triangle. And the question is, how long can this be? Yeah. So this is actually a great question for drawing diagrams and actually measuring how long the chord is. Yeah. Because if you can measure the length of this chord over and over again, you get some idea what are the possible values of the lengths, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
It's perpendicular
Stefan is back.
to the incenter, to the angle bisector of angle P.
Angle P.
Yes.
How do you know that?
PP.
How do you know that?
Hey, no.
You construct the center of the incircle. You line it up to the tangent of the incircle.
Okay.
Incircle.
No.
Like this.
Yes, and you discover it's a square.
Okay, it's a square, yes?
Therefore, if you join PI, you get 90 degrees. So it bisects and at 90 degrees.
I'll do it later.
Oh.
Let me just.
This is how rumors are made. Some people say rumor about me, delete, and then people want to capture it.
Yes, this is him.
Dude.
Oh, I just saw you do.
Privacy.
And then take the bed, and then he drops the off.
PI is 90 degrees to the chord.
It's going straight to the nearby forest in the whole.
Just your eyes, though.
Yeah.
Can you tell on the eyes?
Yeah, you can actually.
It's got retinas there.
No, this look good. You go around, you print it out, you go around the school looking for your senses.
You're like, you know
what you should do? You should not sleep, and then you get dark circles around your eyes.
I already have.
Did you watch the anime about the black dude who was racist?
Is this like a joke where I say no and then you say the punchline?
Have you? Like it's an actual anime.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
No.
How about this? No one cares.
I remember like last year. I mean,
well, look at the circles. They're yearning.
It was like.
We should complex.
So Gavin would always leave right before the bank. Sometimes he goes to the pub.
I think.
Are you doing?
Is Emmet high?
Emmet is high.
You go search
still
1 meter.
On Windows, you just do right click and then you do and then you click. Auto arrange.
Click on the shield.
I am what do you have?
On that one iron nugget. Oh, you can go to the nether right now and then you can craft a bucket.
See, no one.
Bucket or shield. It is your choice.
You click on auto arrange the icon.
Can. Yeah. 10 iron nuggets. Those nuggies. Why do you have pictures all over you? This legendary sugarcane.
How?
Wait. It's only 3 blocks.
Oh, this is actually so.
1, 2, 3, 4 blocks.
Only 4 blocks.
Well, it goes up to 2 max.
Yeah, 3.
Oh, yeah, 3. It's 4 though.
2? Why would it go up to 2?
Smart.
Why?
So you gotta start bushfires.
Exactly. Don't you guys?
Wait, this is fine.
Don't kill sheep next.
What you have to do, right? You get 2 sheep. Well, you have 2 wheat, right? This is how you get alignment. You get you dye
What is
sheet
that?
blue, you dye sheet
What is that?
This is
yellow, and then you green,
You know
and
what?
it gives you a
I want a
green
picture
sheet.
of the presentation. You know what? Oh yeah.
clean up like they create. Okay. So
Your earlier screenshot.
I still think that that's
Hmm.
an iron nugget. I mean, an iron
someone
nugget.
else's like PE thing.
The rock. It's the rock.
We know the length of the red part that's between the blues, the light blue stuff.
What about the outside?
Yes.
No, all you're gonna create a folder. Create a folder.
Send us the solution.
Wait.
All you have to do, get a folder, call a new folder, and then you put all your stuff inside, so it looks not clean.
I did do that.
You did.
I
Yes. It's burning. The house is burning. The whole village is gonna die.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Everyone hates abiding.
Why is everyone 78 psychopath?
Mm.
Have you done this question before?
Alicia says.
No.
Why is everyone 78 psychopath?
I'm waiting for you guys to do it.
Why?
Alicia says. Who's Nate?
It's Nathan Ford. Knock Chris at Nathan Ford.
See, question 3. See, if you do this, you'll know whether or not during the test you should be attempting past question 3 or not.
There's only 1 point.
Is Josh Ma doing the test?
Josh Ma.
You know, we should.
Wait, is June doing the test? Stefan doing the test? All I can say is there's pizza.
Yo, I'm not getting pizza because I'm.
You're getting
You
takeaway.
know what time it is? It's time to do on GeoGebra.
You just filled the form. I told people to fill it before Monday.
Yeah, before that it was Sunday.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
selection.
Is there just the influx of people who filled out the
Fuck,
form?
oh my god.
Start calculating.
Oh dear, a lot of people just recently filled in the form.
Pizza paid?
Oh, it's a swap.
You have to pay $10.
How much does a pizza cost?
I roughly break even.
Wait, doesn't that mean that we're just paying you the amount to
Wait, what do you
have
think?
pizza
What do you think? $10 for?
Yeah, like I guess
Yeah,
that I
free
make
delivery, bro. It's free delivery.
the profit that I make off the pizza is really the free pizza. I don't have to buy the stuff.
What?
But you know how much it costs because you bought pizza last time.
$10.
Yes.
Do you have to pay for the?
$10 is a very cheap amount, don't you think?
You have to pay for the test itself. That's all you get.
You don't even have to pay for food if you bring your own food. It's just people who want to just have pizza cost $10. Yep, it's super generous and people are being super snobbish about it.
Snobbish.
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 It's like snob, but like British.
What?
Yeah, especially like the teachers from like Roos and Borco and Scotch. Just like, oh, some people not even bother to reply, some people not bother to pass on the invites. Rather distasteful, if you ask me. Who wants to embark on a chord bash?
I don't know how to do
I don't know how to.
Okay, first lesson in chord bash.
In GeoGebra, you have the ability to fix the line in GeoGebra, so you can know the path which the line takes.
Okay. First lesson in chord bash is
Hey Josh, you should pay attention. Or you.
the first lesson in chord bash is know the equation of a circle.
But we don't forget.
P squared
We don't even answer.
plus Q squared equals radius.
So we want the circle. We can just pretend the hypotenuse is a half, yeah? We don't have to. We can pretend it's half, and then this will be the equation of a unit circle. Is
complex bashing?
what's it chord bash?
Oh.
Complex is too much for these little brains.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Oh.
Wait, did you just sneeze in my face?
Hmm?
Did you cover your mouth
And
or
then
your
this.
I see.
I see purple.
Ah,
At
two.
least I got one more rock in my foot.
Where are we getting P and Q? Wait, what's P and Q?
Jeez.
White bread for white people.
It's one of those.
Blue bread for blue people. Wow. Of course you needed that.
Okay, so we can make, I don't know, we could do a lot of things. We can make the hypotenuse just like this nice line here, and we can have a point A that moves with the triangle, yeah? Okay, and then we can, without loss of generality, assume A is got coordinates little a, positive root 1 minus a squared. Does that make sense to people?
Yes.
See, if it doesn't make sense to you, it's up to you to kind of make sense of it or ask some questions or...
Why is it mixed?
Oh, okay, a question. So basically what it means, so this do you understand what this equation means? You understand what, you have to be watching for this to work, okay? Otherwise it's the whole screen is wasted. Unless your screen is displaying the whiteboard. So x squared plus y squared equals 1. Do you know what that means? So for any point on the circle, okay, the coordinates, the x and y values, if you square them and you sum them up, they equal 1. Does that make sense? That's what the equation of something means. All the points satisfy the equation, and only the points satisfy the equation. Yeah? And the reason it's x squared plus y squared equals 1 is just because, like, when you have like an x, the x and y value are the sides of the right triangle, yeah? So when you square them, you get the hypotenuse. So that's the circle. Okay, so then I'm calling the x value of a point A little a, yeah? And because it has to satisfy x squared plus y squared equals 1, then the y value has to be y squared equals 1 minus x squared, right? And then you square root it. And it's either positive or negative, okay? And we're always taking the positive because we kind of defined it that way. So it's a with log, it's positive, yeah? Okay. So how well we set this up. So eventually we're hoping to calculate the distance in terms of little a, okay? And how well we set it up will determine if we get it. Huh? Yes. Chord bash. There's something kind of nice about preparing to chord bash but never chord bashing in the exam. Okay. So you got the triangle set up, yeah? Now you want to do the red line, yeah? Okay, so you want to figure out how to draw the incircle. Okay. Draw the red line, yeah? Makes sense? Well. How do you find these points? I guess there's a few ways to proceed here. I mean, one way is to try to make use of your knowledge of incircles. Do you guys remember anything about incircles?
X plus Y.
Hmm?
Angle bisect.
So if you have a triangle, okay, and it has an incircle, yeah? Do you know that these lengths are equal?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I watched this video.
These lengths are equal? Where'd you watch this video?
I think there was a video about. No, like I think you mentioned it in one of your videos. So it's like.
Oh, cool. Did you find it?
Yes.
Yeah, so the point is, these points, you can kind of tell where they are by finding what the lengths of these things are. Okay, so if this side is length, if this is side A, B, and C, yeah, then these lengths here are S minus A and S minus A. Okay. So the way it works is S is equal to the semi-perimeter. You know that?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have like, this is like X, X, Y, Y, Z, Z, right? Then X plus Y plus Z is equal to the semi-perimeter, right? Because twice of it is the perimeter. And therefore, X equals S minus Y plus Z, right? And Y plus Z is A, yeah. Okay, so you might have seen it before. So what's A in this case? I mean, A is a little bit misused here, double used, but the A in this case is really just the hypotenuse, right? So you know that these lengths are actually, here it's S minus 2, and here's S minus 2 as well, you know? Yeah. I don't know, it may be not the easiest approach because lengths aren't necessarily easy to work with. So we'll find a length in the end, won't we? See, for this to work, we kind of need to find out we might need to find out what S is, yeah? What is S? Maybe this is a good exercise. What is S? Alright, this is the exercise we're going to do, guys. What's S?
S.
Yeah, how do we find S?
Pythagoras.
I'm going to fall asleep now.
It actually depends. Yes. It depends, yeah. As the angle varies, the semi-perimeter changes. Yes. That's one of them.
Huh? S is not the red line. S is the semi-perimeter. So basically, what's the perimeter of the blue triangle, yeah?
It's 1 plus.
Oh, why? Oh. Tell me, what is the perimeter of the triangle?
I don't know. One of the sides is 1.
Yeah, one of the sides is 2, yeah? See? We changed it so it makes sense for our picture. Yeah, so one of the sides is 2, it contributes 1 to the semi-perimeter. Wow, you're making me fall asleep here.
It varies as the angle changes. So, just use sign.
Fraction equals 1 plus ratio? Oh, what is
L plus ratio, length.
L plus ratio.
length plus ratio? Yeah, so let's find the length of the triangle, yeah? What's the distance from A to minus 1? What's the distance from A to 1, yeah? A patient code bash. You guys know how to find the distance between 2 points?
Yes. Hopefully. Plus y squared minus y1 squared.
It's just the distance formula, right? You just make the distance the hypotenuse of a triangle where the sides are the x and y differences, right?
1, 0. So that's what? It's 1.
So the distance from 1 to A, yeah?
A minus 1, 0.
is little a minus 1 squared. So this distance squared is little a minus 1 squared
plus square root of 1 minus a squared.
plus the square root of 1 minus a squared squared, right? It seems kind of nice, yeah?
Then you have to brackets.
So what is this?
Oh, it's 2. So you have minus 2a plus 1. 2 minus 2a.
Okay, 2 minus 2a. Sure.
And negative is basically the opposite, a plus 1. And this one's plus 1 square root. And that's plus 1 square root, so it's 4.
Huh?
Wait,
4.
no, it's not 4. That's 1 minus a squared. That's plus 2 plus 2a. So it
Yeah.
must be 6.
It's the square of the distance.
Yeah.
Or take the square root of that.
It's
Yeah, so the perimeter, so then this distance, so then the perimeter, or S, is equal to, is 2 plus root 2 minus 2a plus root
2 plus 2.
plus 2a, yeah? That is S, so we know what S is. Sorry, that's 2S, yes. So we do S minus 2, is that 1 plus will become a minus 1. Yes. 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 Okay. Does anyone want to help try to find the, do you know how to find the equation of a straight line?
Yeah. Y equals mx
What
plus
is
b.
the equation of a straight line?
Y equals mx
So
plus
it's
b.
basically an equation where there's like an x and y with no powers. There's just x and y with power 1. And there's a bunch of numbers timesing them and plussing them.
I don't know how to.
Okay, so the equation of a straight line, you want to find like this. If you have 2 points, the equation of a straight line that joins 2 points looks like, how to explain it in a way that's not so weird. Okay, you can find the slope between the 2 points, yeah? That's one way to do it. You know how to find the slope between 2 points,
Yes.
Joshma? Here's how you do it. So the slope is just the how much it goes, like from minus 1 to a, yeah? It's how much it goes up divided by how much it goes across.
Oh yeah, I know I knew that.
Ah, well, do that.
How much it is up?
So from minus 1 to a, it goes up by root 1 minus a squared, yeah?
That's gradient, right?
Gradient.
Gradient is
Oh, that is gradient then.
Pink gradient.
It's over
You got
a
like
plus
8
1.
times.
why are you doing the mix that?
You forgot.
Okay, so if you have a slope and you have a point that the line lines on, you can make the equation like this. So you do y minus the y value of the line, the point. So minus 1 has 0, is minus 0. And then the slope times is x minus the x value. So minus 1 is plus 1. Okay? That's the equation of the straight line. Yeah. Okay. So the points that lie on this line satisfy this equation. Okay, so you can delete the 0, and it's like that. Okay, so you want some point that's on this line which has a distance of s minus 2 from a. Yeah. What's s minus 2 from a? See, a might be difficult. Minus 1 might be easy to work with. Like if that's s minus 2, what's s minus 2? Well, s minus 2 equals root 2 minus 2a plus root 2 plus 2a on 2 minus 1, yeah? That's what s minus 2 equals. That's not right. That does not seem right. S minus 2.
Kind of.
Oh, it's minus 1 outside the fraction. So it's minus 2 inside the fraction. Okay. Now, if that's s minus 2, and we know the whole length is root 2 plus 2a, right? We've done that the whole length is root 2 plus 2a. Then the bit that's not s minus 2 is that minus s minus 2. So if you do this minus s minus 2, then you get what do you get? You get root 2 plus 2a on 2 minus root 2 minus 2a plus 2. So that distance is not much easier to work with, but the point is much easier to work with, I think. Probably. Yeah, this is probably not the fastest code bash, but I think it has the most instructive components. So we want to find the distance between this point here and minus 1. Close the door. Why is it minus square root? Hmm. Okay, so the distance between minus 1 and a point on this line, okay? So let's call the point like xy, right? So the distance between minus 1 and that point is x plus 1 squared. So the distance squared is equal to x plus 1 squared plus y squared, okay? But y squared is just this thing here. So it's 1 minus a squared on a plus 1 squared. X plus 1 squared. Okay, and you can see this is actually nice to simplify. Can people try to simplify this? Easy to simplify expression. I don't like doing stuff that you're meant to do. I am not your slave.
X plus 1 squared.
Y plus 1 minus.
You factorize x plus 1 squared, take it in, you get 1 plus 1 minus a squared.
A plus 1 squared plus 1 minus a squared times x plus 1 squared.
You get it all
What?
You take the x plus 1 squared out, right?
Okay.
1 plus.
So something was suggested. 1
And then
plus.
it's a plus 1 squared plus 1 minus a out of, and then, yeah, basically that. And then you move you change 1 into a plus 1 squared and then a plus 1 squared, and then you simplify.
Yes, okay, that will work, okay, but it's not optimal. Can you improve on that? What?
It's not just 2 lines.
Is that the floor function?
That's just 2 lines, bro.
The floor function, bro.
No. You're not appreciating what's happening.
Where his X is the way that
It's half of the floor. I just wanted it's actually
Yeah, see? It cancelled the factor of a plus 1, you see? But yeah, I think you can do it here though. So do this here. No?
Oh,
I mean, you'll get it in the end your way. It's just look for factors and cancels.
what is that? I did PLC.
Alright, what does this become? I don't want to do this anymore. Oh, I am going to kill myself and frame you all for murder. Why is that so funny?
Why is the fire too?
use a shovel to take it out.
Yes, excellent. Excellent, Stefan. How do I know?
Especially, all the people in Greece just fall into a hole that he knocks in. And then he dies to an
That one. The race for the bastion is 10 years for bastion. It was
Okay, so then what's the distance? Nah.
Yeah,
What is the distance?
dude, pirate.
is d equals x plus 1 times square root of 2 over square root of a plus 1.
Sorry, chaos.
Yeah, x plus 1 times root 2 over root a plus 1.
No!
That's okay, but how do you know it's this?
You don't.
Oh, you take the square root of both of the right hand and x plus 1
How do
gets,
you? I know you.
and then you take the root of the fraction.
Is there something you have to check?
You know it's root 2 times.
Wait.
Okay, is there something you have to check?
Hold up.
Yeah, if a is negative.
Why some dots? I like how this is reality.
If it's negative, then it's complex, which is very good.
Yeah, we'll go to the
Oh no, you know it's not negative, right? But like, the thing that you need to check that is not negative is x plus 1.
Yeah.
X plus 1.
Okay, because
Negative 0.
so x plus 1 is not negative because x is further along than negative 1, right? Good kid like Leon.
Not like Josh and Josh.
Okay, so we want this distance to be equal to this distance. Okay. So root. Of course you can synth it. No one is trying to do it. So I will bash. So this distance is equal to this distance.
No, you used to last year, but oh, that's fine. That was squash,
Let's what is the same one as the pig.
Alright, how do we solve this equation?
you don't.
You don't, I see.
Oh,
Oh,
you
even
square both.
Joshua.
Square both sides of the left equation.
Prioritization.
Oh, is John doing the cross multiply?
cross multiply.
Cross multiply.
What? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, I think you could cross multiply. There's one thing I really want to do that's kind of random.
Oh, Leo, oh, good boy. I'm like Joshua. Josh, you are, and Josh, you are.
Whoa.
Is that my? I'm a good boy. I'm like Josh.
This is Minecraft.
Yeah, okay, let's do cross multiply, okay?
What?
Yeah,
Oh, so you can get it without.
No, just like you.
I am able.
I hate losing my Asian friends in the sand. I hate losing my Asian friends in the sand. I hate losing
That's
my
racist.
European friends in the snow.
It's racist.
I hate losing my black friends in the
Alright, what's going on? Stop it. Ah,
Stupid. Okay, so
when Leon doesn't come back next term, it's because he's banned from Monday class. Well, you're all banned from Leon. Either one.
it looks like
Leon can come on my make good.
yeah. Well, I'm the
Nervous laughter. It's got character, this one.
John.
What do we do?
It's not just laughter, it's nervous laughter.
Can we simplify this anymore? Oh,
Synchronized casting.
There's time at there. So
It's like synchronized casting.
Alice has discovered Wonderland.
Synchronize with it.
oh gosh.
That's illegal. I am a genius.
You're a genius, Ubu?
What?
Like
That
you
is
kind of
equal to
genius,
x plus
Ubu?
1 times 2 root 2. Should we just square both sides? I mean square the equation, like the left hand fraction.
Square the equation.
I don't
Square the fraction.
know.
I don't know. How do you square a fraction?
Oh, you square both sides, top and bottom, and everything's
Both sides.
Huh?
square the fraction.
Can't square the fraction.
Just
You're making up your own rules. There are already rules here.
Unsquare the
no, but it's good. We have a plus 1 that's solved, and then 2 root 2 becomes
root 2
becomes a.
is root 8.
Yeah.
Multiply the
It's better to deal with the to deal with whole numbers instead.
Ah,
Are you
foolish.
sure about that? Oh,
divide by a
Divide by a fraction. Oh, guys, give me such headaches.
divide by a fraction.
Can you possibly be getting worse at maths? Is it possible?
Joshua.
Priorities.
RATs.
Priorities.
Oh.
What is in your mind?
I heard you say RAT.
You just like say priorities. He turns off the computer, goes to the toilet.
No, he opened my computer again. I don't like him. RAT.
Whoa.
Oh, those are big words. I don't like that. Common.
Him is big L.
Happy.
Alright, one thing I guess I would do maybe here is I would cancel the root 2's out. So maybe I would write x plus 1 equals. So I'd get rid of the 2. So when the 2 is outside here, it comes out as a root 2, yeah? So it gets as a root 2 times root 1 plus a minus root 2 times root 1 minus a.
I don't know you.
My friends.
And it's called the IRL hamburger for
Hamburger.
Oh
my god.
Wait, don't you have to?
Bad boy Josh.
Okay, and then you do x plus 1 equals, and you cancel the root 2's.
Is that an A or
It's an
I
A.
haven't seen the sun in years.
And this is just root 2 squared, so you get a root 2.
Let's play League of Legends.
What's that?
The country game.
Which one?
The C and the line.
Well, that's
It's
equal
an
to
A.
8+1, boys.
You wouldn't wonder that if you knew what the previous line was.
Du bist ein
Ah.
Bürger.
Okay, remember not to expand this yet.
Expanding is the one.
Well, then A+1
Yes.
gives you A+1.
The only rule is thirds.
Make
Yes.
it 2x ones
Okay, what to do next? To see if you've been following?
times it both sides by 2.
And then someone says expand.
No.
And then just
See, what was the point of doing that? Huh? What is this?
We will be looking at your screen in your past 24 hours of search history, including incognito.
You can't do that. I deleted the folder with incognito in it. I haven't used incognito. Me neither.
I also looked at guest mode just in case.
I don't have a
And your Microsoft Edge and your Internet Explorer and everything.
I don't have any of
We will look
those
at
because I don't
every
use
single
Opera.
key that you typed at every single moment.
Oh yeah, guess how many times I used
Yeah, you will look at my tool browser.
I probably used W like a million times.
You have Tor? She has Tor. She has Tor. She has access to the dark web.
Alright, okay, so the people that didn't understand what's going on, we were finding x. So now we know what x is. It's one less than that.
because it has
To find y, we just need to sub x back into this equation.
Oh.
So it's x plus 1 times root 1 minus a squared on a plus 1. So y equals this times the root.
That's how some people do
Do not say that. Do not say that.
That's how people do
I'm gonna call it. In 3, 2, 1.
Vengeance feels
Whoa,
so.
being on top.
Why is that root plus one always?
Oh,
What?
Why do you always have the root plus one after you write 1 minus? And this is the edit.
Huh? I didn't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Yes, we've been trolled.
Alright, how do we simplify this?
Autistic sound in the background.
Oh, you guys are so bad. How could you be so bad?
Okay, now we multiply the fractions together.
My child has been at your place for years, and he can't even pay attention to a screen for 18 minutes.
Square root a plus 1 both sides. Cancel square root a plus 1 on both sides.
Cancel what?
Square root of a plus 1.
Square root of a plus 1. Cancel with what?
The bottom a plus 1.
To get what?
Square root of a plus 1 on the bottom and nothing on the top.
And nothing on the top?
The square root of a plus 1 turns into 1.
I see. So you're doing this, cancel with this, it becomes square root of a plus 1. Yeah. And what else?
Oh, it just simplifies.
It does help.
oh wait, and then you can cancel with a 1 minus.
Oh yes, how does that help? Has been answered.
Cancel with the factor of a plus 1 from the 1 minus.
Yeah.
And then you're left with square root
Square root
of
of the square root.
Square of the square root.
Did I just hear square?
Square root of the square root symbol.
Square root.
Square root of the square root symbol.
Square root.
Square root.
Square root.
Square root of 1 minus.
Excellent. See, y and x plus 1 look kind of nice. So one of them's just plus 1, one is minus 1, yeah?
Oh yeah, and then you can put it.
Now
You
expand.
can expand.
Now we expand.
And you
Now we can
can
expand.
Are you sure? Stop playing.
Congratulations, we have gone back to the original question.
Okay, well, since you've all been paying so much attention, maybe you can do the other one yourself.
Yeah, we paid a lot.
The other one. Not even aware of what the other one is.
$60 per.
So what we did was we found out what this point is here, yeah? Yes?
Yes.
I want to find out what this point is here.
Okay.
Well, that's easy. You take the distance and the slope. You times it by its negative, get 90 degrees, and then you take it.
Wait, we know the distance? Oh, we do.
Yeah, we know the distance and the angle, so we can find it out easy.
Plus or minus the square root.
My nose.
Okay, you guys can go.
Huh? What do you say?
Speaking gospish.
He gasped because she opened her laptop. It's autistic sound.
Why can't you?
That's
What's
for
she-
autistic people. No, where am I?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you?
What are you doing?
Check what's just doing.
Do it. Control. Command H. Command H.
Doesn't work. Wait, does it?
It does.
It does? Okay. Then command H.
This is
Actually-
her alt account. It doesn't work. It won't work. It's her alt account. We need to check with that New South Wales education account.
My education account is my old account.
They all say the safest place is the most
Oh,
safest
like-
place, and the worst place is the most safe.
History?
That.
History? You want to see my history?
Oh.
Oh, really?
History.
Click on incognito and then there's all things
Yeah.
that I'm kidding.
Show full history.
Okay, so you can do an exercise and find out the other one. I think
February 14th.
you might be able to get that from sort of switching one with -1 in some kind of
You'd be deleting
way.
your search history until Feb 14.
That's kind of sus. Not good.
Remember, a year 5 teacher can hack people's things and find.
Oh yeah, well that's her husband.
Same thing.
So you
Yo,
could
Miss
like
Johnson could hack?
Yes.
uh,
Her
Oh my
husband
god!
Could hack.
Miss Johnson?
She could hack?
Yes, Max. Thank you, Max.
okay, so we know the slope.
We do?
No.
What's the slope?
Hacking.
Your
Mother
what did I say?
Just because it starts with M doesn't mean it stands for your mom. Okay? Oh my god.
That was
Your
funny.
Michael. Your Michael.
You guys will never need to get alcohol to behave like drunk idiots.
You're already drunk, idiots.
Autistic noises continue.
Autistic.
Autistic noises continue.
You shouldn't be too proud of your autism.
Like, half of the year 7s are just really cringe guys who play high pickle.
What the is high pickle?
It's called crack pixel.
What is it?
Crack
Hype.
pixel.
Hype, not hype.
That's
Yes.
Not
Hi.
pixel either.
It's
Okay, but remember Leon's observation means we don't necessarily need to find the other point to find the equation of the red line, yeah? Why is that?
It's isosceles triangles.
No, don't spam random stuff.
SVHS.
It's because, remember this, the angle bisector, right?
SC17.
Perpendicular. So all we need to do is, so we know the point and we know the slope, right?
Yeah.
So we actually know the equation of the red line, okay?
Yeah.
So let's find that. What is the equation of the red line? Not, you don't need 2 points, you just need the 1 point and a slope. Or you can have 2 points. And you just need 2 pieces of information.
How do you remember the slope?
Because we know it's perpendicular to
Yeah,
the green line.
points.
What line? Green.
So the green line is the angle bisector of A. Yes? Yes? And we showed before that it was perpendicular to the red line. Yes? So therefore, we just need to find the slope of the green line and negative reciprocate it, yeah? So what is the slope of the green line?
Oh.
It's A plus
It's what?
A plus 1.
Pretty much calculate.
No.
Oh wait.
Wow.
See,
It's
It's
15
just
minutes
wait,
left.
wait,
She's hacking into my mom's account. I'm kidding. I just want to see what's the
1 minus
your
x
game.
squared plus 1.
But anyways.
Okay, 1 plus root 1 minus a squared
Come on.
over a, yeah?
Music.
That's the slope, yeah?
You mean you're musical?
So therefore, the slope of the red line, okay,
This negative 1 times.
And the way to make answer now, so you're
Huh?
Negative 1 times.
Oh yeah, I got Spotify premium from China.
Oh wait, so 1 negative 1 divided by
YouTube or using Unboxer.
I have Duolingo Plus.
okay? So now we know the point, yeah, and we know the slope, yeah? What is the slope again? It's minus a
She asked me.
on 1 plus
Hey,
root.
what Spotify premium?
No, Spotify releases that you can't get.
And we know the point.
No, but it's not.
See, she doesn't ask anymore. She doesn't ask.
Spotify.
So if we know the point and the slope, what's the equation of the line?
R/rules 34.
R/space.
R/rule 34.
Okay.
Let's look at Joshua type that.
So if you know the point and the slope, then the equation of the line is y minus the y value of the point.
Yeah, we need to.
Okay, and the y value of the point is this.
I'm really good at arguing number pay.
Okay, equals the slope
Oh wait,
Oh my god, what's that?
times x minus the x value of the point. Okay, so the x value of the point is minus 1 plus that. So it's going to be plus 1 minus...
So I gave you space for the whole thing.
Wait, did I write something wrong? Minus...
I want this. I'll just kill them. You highlight shit.
So that's the equation of the line, the red line, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, we could probably simplify that. So knowing the equation of that line, in principle, allows us to find the two points of intersection. And then you can find the distance, you can find the point on the circle, yeah? So basically what we found is we have the equation of this line, yeah? So in principle, you can use the equation of the line to find where the points of intersection with the circle are.
This is it. That's it. It's an isosceles triangle. That's it.
I don't know. So doing it directly might be a bit tricky to pull off. You might think of other ways to try to figure out how to do it.
But yeah, it's pretty laggy today.
I don't
Where is Joshua? Joshua went to outer space. Rihanna is Rihanna is DMing.
Live music assignment. What?
Oh yeah, good.
See, to intersect that with the circle can be tricky. So I guess you're solving these two equations simultaneously, okay?
Go.
So you're solving this black equation
Wait.
at the same time as the circle equation.
Silence never sleeps.
Oh, whoops.
Please come here. X squared plus y squared plus 1.
Huh.
Whoa. Baby.
No.
You cannot mute me. No. You cannot. No. Is he such a. Oh, our such place.
Yeah, it's ice.
Shush, we do not talk about our
Wait,
such.
has it ended?
No, it hasn't.
Like this.
I will try.
Ended?
Where's the tile?
Inverted.
Which tile do you
I send you the.
Oh, soon.
Yeah.
So, where's Australia? This?
That's Australia. It is the worst.
Can you do it multiple times? Can you do it multiple times? Dude, please. Please wait. Oh! My music assignment? I'll send you my music assignment. It's 2 notes. I'm so good. My
We set y equals 0.
Police coming through. Science. Making all us. Science. To US. Mr. Wet. The left is scary.
Today. Admission
Wars with Nutella.
Wednesday. It's going today. I know.
Maybe it might be easier for you guys to write this first. So if you have y minus like y naught equals m times x minus x naught, and you're trying to solve these two equations at the same time. Can you do that?
What?
Why?
Actually, oh yes.
So you,
Why no?
it's just another constant.
Where's Echo?
What?
What?
Ah,
6 days.
We should square both sides.
I can't call you guys failures anymore
That makes
because it might offend you. Yeah, it's true now.
Insult to family.
It's not called failures because it might offend the families.
Yeah. And some things are offensive when they're true. Oh.
What's
Like,
Y
calling
naught?
us failures would be like
What's Y naught?
like
I mean Y 0. Yeah.
Just a point. The
Oh.
y value of a point. Solve those two equations simultaneously.
And you'll see up to me and you'll see Mr. Wet. A messy some When does that do? Definitely anime. I can tell you.
Hmm.
Somewhere around here is some anime. It's just
Y equals Y naught.
that picture. That picture. It's just wrong. I saw
Then you have
six,
x squared plus y naught.
Spong's kind of cheesy. The road is in darkness. I was like, yo, pardon me. Songs sad. We just want God saves my whoa. Bruce is annoyed and a nun in the boat.
Oh, it's America.
So I don't know. As long as someone Jaden agrees to it. Rise again.
They found it here. They found it here. The organizer is for it.
Oh.
They said you were doing it, so they found out. We should have told them.
Well, which is the line? Because God takes them all the way. God takes them all the way. Bruce is annoyed and a nun in a boat. God sees America. With whole companies. This is how you do it. Science never seen me $2 USD, Mr. Wet Cheese Balls. Fat police coming through. I don't think it's good to show other people some of the things we've got here.
Bad translation.
You guys know how to solve quadratics? I guess we don't necessarily need. Well, the x values. We just want the difference of the x values. So how do we get the difference of x values? Okay, so the quadratic formula tells us x is equal to. No, let me
Demand
times
$10,000.
So it's minus 2m plus or
The rich
minus
are rich.
root
People
over
die in their
2
guilt.
times
The
1
rich
plus.
are rich.
So b squared minus 4 A C.
Cheese balls, $2.
Did you use that at all?
Yeah.
Distortion 200 million.
Cars somehow translated.
That's just she found. It came from the west. It came from the west. Before it came
What does
from the
Among
west.
Us translate?
Among Us. The sausage.
I guess y would just be
Among Us is.
Oh, this is Among Us again.
No, waiting.
Of red.
Science never seen cheese balls.
Your child is gone.
Is it done yet?
The rich are rich.
Lawrence!
Italy is beautiful too.
Your child is gone.
Wait, Lawrence is a
Yeah, Lawrence. And
Fans.
you know his name is Lawrence?
It's what? Cats. Pig. Fat.
I don't know, can we simplify this? Okay, this is something that probably you would not do in an exam, but I think it's fun to do outside of the exam.
Italy is beautiful.
The rich are rich.
Simplify some of these expressions.
Your reason.
USD.
You
2 USD.
you reach out to them.
Okay.
Have you downloaded the add-on?
You bitch it.
Down.
Have you downloaded the add-on?
How much?
I don't know.
So this is twice.
I guess you can cancel the 2. That would simplify it a little bit.
Useless.
18. But you did twice, so it's gonna look into twice.
Have you downloaded? I don't question mark. Have you
Go
downloaded?
to
The Queen yeah, with
I got it.
the 80-year-old woman with infinite totems on her
I think
dying.
Josh and Lily go to robotics together.
Whoa!
What are you talking about?
Can I say more? Hey.
This is gossip.
Not leverage, just
I thought
Wait,
you
what?
was your
Wait,
favorite
wait,
giant.
wait. What? Wait, what? Wait, slow. Scroll.
Internet
Wait,
is
wait.
beautiful
See
to
that?
me. The child is gone.
What is this? It's just that you're too fat.
Do you want to record music or what?
Alright, something went wrong.
I don't.
May have more chunky
Oh, recall.
This is export.
Cheeseburger. There's alarm.
I just think it's safe to.
Is that echo?
You don't learn to
Question.
question.
Echo becomes a good. Fail.
Yeah, so lots of algebra exercises here. Simplifying.
And it's some random picture like from RH. It's like school account board. There's gonna be a cheeseburger. Friend Joshua King on Facebook today. Friend Joshua King on Facebook today.
Nice.
What's going to happen?
I have no idea. You know, I've never tried translating.
This time piece of text.
That's the Facebook.
Leon's out available.
I am available.
Okay.
Leon's out available.
So,
You can do any word you want. It's gonna be, do you want to record music?
You want to record the music?
I haven't seen the sun in years. All the grass is gone. That's why I have to become a pension.
Yeah,
Oh my god, Familia wants him to do both of them at the same time.
Give your mom.
They're doing both of them at the same time.
Doing.
Why not?
Can we come?
Whoa, you love coffee.
Yeah, say something.
No, what? He means blasphemy. Blasphemy is true, you know.
just do what you want.
What? You love Clee. Who's Clee?
Who's clean?
Who's Clee?
Who's clean?
Who's Clee?
Who's clean?
K-L-E-E. K-L-E-E.
Who's clean? What?
Josh was doing whatever you're saying, so you better.
What? And then I copy what.
Say something, you write it down.
And then I copy what Josh says, and it's just like infinitely
Typing was.
yeah, very
You
good.
say Josh is stupid, yeah.
So Josh is stupid, yeah.
That's him.
Okay, he's doing it. Translate.
And then this one's like 30.
And then
The
it
signal of X.
turns into 2.
Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger.
It's still working. Follow the rules.
It's still working.
Guess what? Follow the rules Kelly wants you to do. Your child is gone.
I should be good.
Jesus.
Can I make it back?
Sure. No, it won't. It's fine.
No, because I have the thing.
No, you had the picture. It's still loading the picture pixel by I already did that. Okay.
Grammarly has 20.
Grammarly helps you type.
That's so sad.
Because what is the one? How organized this variation? Sis, what are you doing? Hey, what you doing, sis?
This.
I don't know what you're doing, sis.
Can we copy this?
Come.
Copy pasta.
Hey, sis, what you doing?
Hey, Zidane.
Search up my my mother loves wrestling.
No, back.
Go right now, yes. So you want to take my hand and stop moving.
What cheese?
Huh?
How's he? Wow.
Oh my
he's
god,
good.
it's 7. Cheese squared
He
minus
can
L
do
cubed
cheese
plus
squared.
S minus. You know, it's 0.
Yeah, bro,
What's
that's
the cheese squared?
You both are the same time. Oh, of course I'm trying to
Who is
Oh.
the pasta?
Harry, you're a potter. You're a potter, Harry.
You are pasta. You are pasta. You are pasta.
Potter.
Let us speak so fast and man, I can't remember what we said. You are pasta.
say it.
You're a
My
pasta.
curry. Our curry. Your curry?
Can't remember.
Your curry, my curry, our curry.
The way.
Oh, my curry. You're our curry.
You are my curry.
Oh, wow, that's a really good
You're
quiz.
my curry. I'm your curry. We are. I was going to wait, what?
That was
What?
that wasn't the best teaspoon trick.
You would have good. Yes, forward grammar.
Gravity helps you learn
Hey,
better.
there's a trick. Why are you not?
You are dead.
That's
Why?
Just do. Should just start SDPC.
It's this, not this.
This one?
Not this.
Oh yeah.
This diagram. It's not this one. It's this, not this.
5,000.
C.
So I guess if A is close to C,
Look at that, so good.
if A is close to C, S
Yeah,
will be
it's
close to 2, it will be close to 1.
Savvy wabby.
And the line will roughly go through A.
Also, my
Go.
He does know.
Yeah, who's Rahana? Who's Rahana? Who's Rahana?
So if A was close to C,
Okay, say something.
What should I say? I have no idea what I should say.
this line will make a 9-degree line.
I gotta say something like teaspoon
An
triple.
arrow.
Teaspoon triple.
It's an arrow.
Yeah, so as A gets closer to C, the length of the red line approaches this shape here.
Hey babe. Hey Beijing Embassy. Son of a-
What is this length here? It's like 1 on root 2.
Oh, I need to become payback. Payback is so.
So the length could probably be like 1 on root 2. If A is at the top of the circle,
Yes. What else should I say? You will never get my curry.
What is this?
What did you type?
Whoa.
I said, hey, Beijing.
Then this is then S
Right back here. What happened to this thing? How do you think?
S is 2 on 2 plus 1 on
Last
2.
thing before I finish. You will never have my curry. You will never have my curry.
What?
That's S minus 1. 0, 2 minus.
You were killed by Sammy Whammy.
You will be killed by sun.
Hey, no.
You will never have my curry.
Oh,
Nothing.
You don't know what curry is?
This is the inside of it.
You will kill my cold. I think that's what it said.
I still, like, you will never kill my curry.
why is it broken?
Oh my god, it's a teaspoon.
If you square this, it equals.
What? It's gonna be like really short. A teaspoon. Teaspoon.
No one likes
Teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
Teturi soup. Oh my god, it's a.
Just look at it.
Sakurin. Sakurin. Sakurin muscle translation from curry.
We are children, but I do not. I do not understand it.
After the car is
Oh, oops, you don't need to do this.
I do not.
Just
again
square root.
suck on the floor.
Well, I have understanding why.
They just translate Sammy Whammy. Sammy.
What is Sammy one?
Oh, it's the character or the Tetris.
For us,
I know it was like Miss Sammy.
Miss Sammy.
Sammy Whammy.
Triple teaspoon.
No, you can't remember.
Sammy, why is that?
With a Sammy for when it's cold. Oh, no way.
So this is the x-axis.
Your mom.
I like Wim.
She could be the
And this is y equals half minus.
She's such a good movie. Very funny.
And what is the length of the chord?
The formula for the length of a chord is 2 times square root radius times radius squared times distance squared.
Right. What is distance squared? From the center?
No, from the center, yes, from the center to the closest part.
What are you saying? Chord equals what?
2 times square root of distance squared
Distance squared, yeah.
minus radius squared. It might be the opposite. It's probably radius squared minus distance squared. Yeah.
Who?
Radius squared minus distance squared.
Radius squared minus distance squared.
Yeah. Why is Jingwon sending pics of himself to other people?
Kinda sucks.
Say Sammy Whammy, yes. Sammy Whammy. Say why Sammy Whammy? Sammy Whammy. Sammy Whammy. Sammy Whammy. Do the washing machine. Sammy Whammy. Sammy Whammy. You can stay away. And then
Sammy one is.
Rihanna's never going to open that document ever again. I have more followers on Dead Jesus on Instagram. You got the door.
Jesus. Follow Jesus on the way down.
Jesus.
Yeah, follow Jesus on the way down. Follow
No,
Jesus. Follow Jesus. It's Jesus.
I have more followers than Jesus on me.
How many followers does Jesus have?
A few thousand.
Only a few thousand.
What do you mean? It's still possible. Yeah, you just slay it. No, you just abandon your strategy.
Even that other person was asking me down and I had
Oh, clean.
asking.
Hmm.
No, you should.
Actually, if you have the formula for the chord, you combine that with the chord bash. See, it's a different chord, yeah?
It's COORD.
Yeah. See, because the distance from the center to the chord, yeah? There's a formula for that as well. So if you have a straight line, right? If you have a point here, yeah? Like AB, yeah? And you have a line with, okay, maybe not AB. Let's call it like ZW, yeah? And you have a straight line, and the equation of the line is AX plus BY plus C equals 0, yeah? Then the distance D, yeah? There's a formula that says it's given by, so you take the equation of the line and you sub in the point. So AZ plus BW plus C, yeah? Take the absolute value, and then you divide it by the square, this is the square root of A squared plus B squared. Yeah?
I think I've seen it somewhere.
Yeah, so if I'm telling you this and you can assume this, can you use it in some kind of nice way now? So we want to find the distance between the center of the D is the formula for it's the distance from the center of the circle to the chord, right? Yeah, so that's the same D then. Yeah. How do we use it with our equation?
How do you convert it into AX plus B?
Well, we have the equation here. No, what? See, this is the equation. Mm-hmm.
Y minus 1 0 is n times x.
Yeah. But putting it like in that form is just putting everything on the one side of the equation, right? Yeah, see? But the thing is you're subbing in what are you subbing in? Which is yeah, see, Ronnie's in tune with this. It's the origin, right?
Yeah.
So that's nice, don't you think? And then we just got to figure out what A and B are. So it seems like A is just 1, right? Yeah. A is just 1, and what's B? Yeah, so we have D squared. So B is just this here, yeah? So we have D squared equals something up the top squared. I guess we don't need to do the absolute values if we're squaring it. Divided by the square root of A squared plus B squared. So we just need to add A squared and B squared. So it's 1 plus A squared on 1 plus root A minus 1 squared. Okay, and what goes on the top? Well, all you have to do is set x and y both equal to 0 and put all the stuff on the left or the right hand side, yeah? Hmm. So if you do that, you put x equals 0. So you get minus a on 1 plus root 1 minus a squared minus okay, it's plus a outside of that
That's how it's handled.
The tons of tape. The tons of tape. The tons of tape.
It was
Tape is the tons of tape.
what? I haven't.
and then you're plussing that.
Yeah, right. Mine's just go to it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Why going? I don't know. Are you just gonna miss out on the whole thing? Or are you just gonna miss out on school that day?
So finally, it's time to it's time to probably expand some of these. So we need to figure out what this thing. We need to figure out what this thing squared is. Yeah.
Wow, you actually can do that. Honestly, Mackenzie is the thing. Honestly.
Yes. What is the square of this?
That is some messy brackets you got right there.
We'll just put it over to
Common denominator.
Right.
The common denominator.
This thing is longer than.
I cannot hear you.
Can you put it over a common denominator?
Yes.
Which is 2 times 1 plus square root of 1 minus a squared.
So I'm a little bit reluctant. Oh, actually, it's not that bad. It's just. But then the third thing collects an extra factor.
School laptop.
You can probably
Really?
simplify the
So
last
whatever you
one.
do, the school can monitor.
You just hand
Yeah.
It's his laptop. It's a school. It's like half 95.
Maybe we could try to simplify this.
You can also multiply the square root in
The
the second one.
Yeah, exactly. So what happens if we multiply the square root in for the second one? So we get a outside of 1 plus a minus root 1 minus a squared plus root 2 times root a plus 1 at the top. Yes, and there is a 1. So it's a 1 minus root 1 minus a squared. The bottom is a 1 plus root 1 minus a squared.
I think it's advisable. Put it over common denominator.
What the?
Common denominator is 2 times 1 plus square root 1 minus a squared.
It is.
So put this all over 2. So I guess it's so we can square it as well. Squared. And the top is minus 2a. I'm squaring the whole thing. Plus a root a plus 1 plus root 1 minus a times
Okay, I think it's DPC now. I want to make it to do. Well, I just want to do one round of this DPC. Yeah, I want to make some news.
Great.
Makes me sad.
I was in my
Maybe it's possible to combine those two terms.
See that?
So if you combine these two terms, you get root 1 plus a minus root 1 minus a root 2
With one game per week.
a root a plus 1 plus root 1 minus a plus 1 minus a root 1 plus a, and then this minus a cancels with this term.
It does.
And so you just get root 1 minus a plus root 1 plus a here.
Cheese messiness like this with this. Yeah, and you can do the one. So. Oh, a strawberry.
And then when you times them together, you get minus 2a plus 1 plus a
Yeah, Ichigo.
minus
You're
1 minus a
What about it?
plus root 2 outside of root.
Ichigo desu means I'm a school. What Ichigo desu means I am dead.
Alright, there's 2a minus 2a and there's 1 minus. Oh, that all cancels. You get root 2.
He made gravity spicy.
Yay. Then when you square it, you get 2. So root 1 minus a plus root 1 plus a all squared. Oh, I assure you I'm not sweating. Oh,
We are all sweating.
I'm squaring.
You're swearing.
I swear to God.
Hey,
So why would you swear to God?
Yeah, well, you swear to God.
Yeah,
That's
God's gonna smite you.
Yeah, I have the command.
So we cancel the 2 with this 2. And we have d squared
You're not even the owner.
equals
Help yourself, brother.
root 1 minus a plus root 1 plus a squared over
Sorry, it does in some way.
2 outside
For
of 1
example,
plus root.
all for faith.
Uh,
Your yourself will be killing.
Actually, does that make you curious? I feel like the top does something, yeah? The top is like 1 minus a plus 1 plus a plus 2 root 1 minus a squared. The a's cancel, and then it cancels. Yeah, look at this. Amazing.
One day both. I grew up, I was thinking,
So this is equal to 2 outside of 1 plus root 1 minus a squared. So this is equal to 1 on 1 plus root 1 minus a squared. Look at that. Okay. And r squared is just, so r is just 1, right?
Yeah.
R squared is 1, yeah? So d squared minus r squared is just 1 on 1 plus root 1 minus a squared. So I'm kind of counting on your formula here. Oh, I'm counting on Wikipedia.
Minus distance.
Radius minus distance.
Yeah, because the distance is smaller than the
Yes.
radius.
I guess it doesn't matter, we just reverse the sign in the end. So, actually it's probably easier the other way, isn't it? Let's reverse this.
You didn't do that.
R squared minus d squared is 1 minus this, which is 1 plus root 1 minus a squared minus 1. And this is equal to root 1 minus a squared on 1 plus root 1 minus a squared, yeah? Yes. And then we want to, what, square root it and times it by 2, yeah? Square root of square root. And times it by 2. Is that what we want to do? So the chord length equals 2 times the square root the fourth root, yeah? And the square root of 1 plus, yeah, maybe I'll do it. This is 2 times the square root of 1 minus a squared over the square root of 1 plus the square root of 1 minus a squared. Yeah? So the question is, what values does this expression take when a ranges from, okay, what was our original thing? So our a can go from 1 to negative 1, right? Yeah, but I think the values from a from 0 to 1 gives you all the values anyway, yeah? Because it's symmetric, yeah? Or is it? It's symmetric, right? Is it? It's symmetric, right? Or is it? No one dares answer because you don't have any clue what's going on. Are we allowed a to go from negative 1 to 1, or we might as well just make it from 0 to 1?
0 to 1 because it's symmetrical.
Okay, well let's just say 0 to 1 for now, okay? So the question is, so if this is the length of the chord, right? What value does this expression take as a goes from 0 to 1, yeah? So the square root is an increasing function, yeah? And if you times it by 2, it's also increasing, yeah? So the question is whether this, how does x on 1 plus x work? Is this an increasing thing? Well, we have that it's equal to, we had it as 1 minus 1 on 1 plus x, yeah? So as x gets bigger, yeah? Yeah? As x gets bigger, you're subtracting less, right? Yeah?
As a approaches 0.
So this is decreasing as x increases, yeah? Yeah, so this is decreasing as x is increasing.
No, stop.
So x ranges from 0 to 1, yeah? Because a goes from 0 to 1. That goes from 1 to 0. And this expression here goes from 0 to half, yeah? It goes from 0 to half, yeah? So this expression goes from 0 to half, and you're taking the square root. So it seems like it goes from 0 to this 2 times the square root of a half, which is root 2. Okay, so I think we found the answer to the question. If we haven't made any mistakes, if we made mistakes, we can just fix the mistakes. Like, this is a way to approach it. Definitely not recommended for... Actually, if it's your like first time doing something like this, it might be worth it to try it in exam. You have 5 hours to do it, yeah? Okay, and we spent less than the 2. Okay, it was a good lesson. We learned some formulas. So the end result we got was that. Oh wait, what is this? So the end result we got was, what are the possible lengths of this segment? It's like any length between 0 and root 2. But remember, we doubled. Wait, do we halve it or double it? We halved it, yeah. Oh, we doubled it.
Yeah, we doubled it, yeah.
Yeah, so it's anything from... Hold on. That doesn't make sense.
We doubled it.
Oh, we gotta halve it now.
Yeah, we have to halve it now.
Okay, so we get from 0 to 1 on root 2. Is that right? Yeah? Did you manage to get 1 on root 2 for one of the answers? I think I got from a special case is 1 on root 2 is when a is close to c. Is that what I got?
I got one at 45 degrees, so it's still a messy circle.
Where did I get when a was close to c? When a is close to c, did I get 1 on root 2? Yeah, so when a is close to c, it's this length here. Okay. Is that 1 on root 2? Is it or is it not? Half. So it's a quarter plus a quarter. It's a half squared root. It is 1 on root 2, yeah? So the edge case is given by the when a is close to c. Like if this is b, you know? Okay, so our answer, be it right or wrong, at the moment is all the lengths from 0. So how would get 0? Wait, that's weird. Hold on.
0. Which axle?
So we will get 0, a length of 0
You can't.
if x is 0. So if a was... So, oh, wait, so we get a length of 0 if a was at the top, yeah? Of course.
Single T.
Alright. Wait. Hold on. When root 1 minus... Hold on. When root 1 minus a squared is 0... When root 1 minus a squared is 0... That means the height of a is 0. So that means when little a is 1... That doesn't make sense. Hold on.
If we're in an exam, we probably shouldn't put question mark. That's really wrong.
This is a very bad idea. Like I actually answered this question already.
Remember the square question? It's elegant chord bash.
Yeah, so when in an exam is not actually a fixed situation, okay? When you're in an exam, it could be you're in year 10 and you're trying to do well in the exam. Or you're in 7 trying to do question 1, yeah? So those contexts are very different. You understand? There could be a very good situation, a chord bash. So the chord bash converts your remaining time into 8 points. You understand? If you somehow solve the other 2 questions and you're like you just need to solve this one to win, and you have 2 hours, chord bash might be the way to go. Okay? Or maybe you're kind of trying geometry again, trying to learn how to chord bash for the first time. You know? Yes, this kind of closed-mindedness is very bad. Yes. But the thing is, I've said this to you before, and if it's not, your mind is not changing at all, it's kind of worrying. I mean, if you want it to be uploaded soon, I could just upload it. But where is the formula? So the chord length could be 0 and A equals 1? Does not make sense.
As A approaches 0.
As A approaches 1, it's saying the chord length is 0.
Yeah.
Did I do something wrong then? So this is R squared minus D squared.
Yeah. It should be R squared minus D squared. Did you change?
Yeah, so as A goes to 1, R squared minus D squared goes to 0.
Did you forget
Right?
this times 2 part?
But 0 times 2 is still 0.
So this is the square root part. Oh, yeah.
Same answer.
Oh, it looks like the one divided by actually.
Alright. Yeah. Yes, but the simplification works out really nicely, okay?
See, it's not killed. No damage.
It goes from 0
Just what's the damage? Just why not?
What?
to 1 on 2.
Limit for 2.
No way.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried that 0 corresponds to A equals 1. A equals 1. There's definitely some questions. See, like, your problem could be solved, but it's not really over until you understand everything that's wrong with it, right? So for some reason, when A is close to 1, the answer is not close to 1 over 2. It's rather closer to 0. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. So maybe look, if you look at it just from the definition, if A was close to here, right? Then the in circle would touch like there, right? Close to those 2 points. And it definitely does not do the 1 over 2 thing.
Yes.
It's weird though, because if that thing is meant to be always perpendicular, the angle bisector is always coming down here, right? If this thing's meant to be perpendicular, then it'll always go on over there.
Can I put in my turn?
Alright, S minus 1. S is 1, so S is like close to 0.
Works 95%.
I guess it would make more sense for it to be close to 0, wouldn't it? Now, if A is close to 0, that's when it gets to 1 over 2. So what does that mean? So if A is at the top, okay, that's when it gets to 1 over 2. So somehow this line has 1 over 2 length. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe people can check this, okay? So it looks convincing because it's simplified so nicely. You might check if A is equal to 0. Do you get that it's equal to 1 over 2? And if A equals to 1, do you get that it's close to 0? Or like if it's close to 1, it's close to 0. So maybe a diagram would solve this just as well as a calculation, yeah? So convince yourself, if it's true anyway, that if the point is close to one of the other points of the triangle, that the length of the chord is getting closer to 0. Whereas if the point is at the very top of the circle, the length is getting close to 1 over 2, yeah? Okay, that's it. It's way over time. Have a good night.
Almost.